Hey there, I'm Sarah. Welcome to the Nook, the space where all my workouts take place, and our workout of the week today is a high-low. We're going to be up on our feet and then down on the floor, and then up on the feet and then down on the floor. Let's get warmed up and we'll talk more about it. Start with a gentle march. Try to get those knees up to about hip height, and then we'll pull them back. Little butt kick, heel goes towards your glutes, still incorporate the arms. As always, do what feels good in your body. Challenge yourself, but you shouldn't feel pain. It should feel challenging and strong. Last two, I'm gonna add a side lift. Side lift, down together, no squat today, just lifting it side to side. Knees are staying facing forward, starting to engage in the outside of our hips. And all the while, keep breathing. Last one each way. Then we'll incorporate those squats, all 10 toes facing forward. You're gonna squat it down, so sink back into those heels, send those hips back, you can see your big toes, and then come up and around. Little rainbow with those arms. Sit low in your squat, and then up and around with that rainbow. Last two, maybe a little bit lower, maybe reach a little bit higher. And last one. Having water nearby, taking it as you need it. I won't cue it today. This is a pretty short, sweet workout, but get water as you need it. Our first move is gonna be a squat like we just did, and then we're incorporating those side leg lifts. So I'll show you from the side so you can see the squat. Sit it back, chest stays up, sit those hips back, and then come fully up to stand. You're gonna lift one leg to the side, and then we squat again. And then the other one lifts to the side, and we're starting slow. Here we go. Sink it low, fully stand, engage, and lift. It's not about how high you lift that leg. Engage and lift. You wanna feel that slight pinch in the side. Hands where they feel comfortable. They can be on your hips, they can be at your heart. And remember, this is a high-low, so this one's on our feet. The next one we transition as quickly as your body can to the floor. Coming down in 4, 3, 2, 1. Keeping it slow for that slow mountain climber. The first one straight forward, step it back to plank. Second one straight forward, back to plank. And it's slow. Sometimes you see us run these out. This one's more core and upper body focused with the strength. Make sure you're breathing, pulling that belly button in towards your back. We have 10 seconds. If you drop to your knees for a little break, join me for the last 10. You got this. Here comes 5, 4, back up on our feet in 3, 2, and 1. Stand it up, turn those feet out. We're gonna find a sumo with a pulse. So you're here, hands at heart center, or open them up, a little more challenging, behind your ears. And it's gentle, not holding anything. Chest is upright, sitting back, sinking those hips nice and low. And of course, breathe. Can you sink those hips a tiny bit lower or make that range of motion a tiny bit smaller? Back down on the floor in 3, 2, 1. Switching to a crisscross mountain climber. So now right knee, left elbow. It doesn't need to touch, it's going in that direction. Left knee, right elbow. Keeping it slow. Sometimes it's tougher to slow it down, believe it or not. And those hips will shift, they will sway. But those shoulders stay over your entire time. Not going for speed today. We're back up on our feet in 3, 2, and 1. Stand it up. You're gonna find your lunge stance. Left leg forward, right leg back on railroad tracks. And first one, we're going into that pause, that little pulse. So ground down through that front heel. Spread all 5 toes on your left foot. Tuck your tail slightly so it shoots right down straight to the ground. And it's tiny. It's a teeny tiny little pulse. Making sure your knee is straight up over your ankle. And if you feel any knee pain through the front, step that foot out a little bit more. Now we're gonna break this one up. We'll do our legs, we'll come down, and then we'll come up and we'll do it the other side. So coming down on the mat in 3, 2, 1. Bring it all the way down. Have a seat. Ground down through your heels. Tip it back, and we're twisting for this Russian twist. Now keep your heels down. Even if you're used to lifting them up, I want you to really press them down and flatten out your spine today. So yes, to make it more of a balance, your heels are lifted, but I don't want that today. I want your heels down so you can find that length, find that twist, and it's all core, all through your tummy core, not so much your hip flexors. Exhale every time you twist. Almost there, you got this. We're back up on our feet in 4, 3, 2, and 1. That right leg comes forward, left leg steps back. Once again, making sure you're on those parallel lines. Tuck the hips, and then you're down, and you're pulsing. So as someone's pulling an imaginary string off the top of your head, you want your spine long the whole time. If it's too much, come up a little bit. Don't lean on your leg, don't sacrifice your posture. Just come up a little bit out of that lunge. Keep breathing, you got it. Squeezing everything to the midline, tucking that tail, shooting it towards the earth. We're coming right back down to the floor. You know it's coming. In 3, 2, 1. Set it down. Lay it all the way back. And we're coming up into a bridge. So press those heels together. Right to the earth. Lift those hips nice and high. And then you're going to lift the right leg and straighten it out. So your hamstring flexibility will limit this one. So maybe it's not straight up, and that's okay. It's at an angle. You're gonna drop it down, maybe even touch the heel, and then lift it up, whatever lifting up is for you. And lower it down. Once again, it's slow, not letting that left hip lower, and up. And lower, and up. Last 2, keep those hips nice and high. And 1. Stand it up, we break it up in between our left and our right. Stand it up, find a good base, find a good stance, and it's little pulses. So pressing that air with your palm down towards the earth, little bend in your knees, but tight through your core. And stay with me the whole 45 seconds. Yes, your shoulders will get tired. Maybe they get a little lazy, then we stretch them out again. We're going for length, going for power, going for strength. Nothing else moves. Hips aren't swaying side to side. Tummy is tight. And this time, tailbone's kind of neutral. It's not totally tucked under. It's just a neutral curvature curvature of your spine. And breathe. They're starting to feel heavy. They're starting to slow down. Let's pick up the pace. It's last 15 seconds. And then we're down on the floor for our other side, single leg lunge. Not lunge, bridge, single leg bridge. 3, 2, 1, bring it down. We set it up the same way. We start in the 2 legs, nice and strong with the bridge. Press it up. And then lift that left leg, whatever that means for you. Is it straight up? Is it at an angle? Then we slowly bring it down, still lifting this right hip. And slowly lift it up. Breathe and squeeze. Core is tight and even. Hip bones facing the sky. This lifting leg is active, straight and strong. And just like that, last 2. Control it, fight gravity on the way down, and then keep it slow on the way up, because it would be way easier to do it quick. And then slowly lower it down, stand it up, coming very wide in this stance. So all 10 toes facing the same direction, and they stay that way. We're gonna sit it down for a lateral lunge. And this one we're switching back and forth. So it's slow to one side, like you're sitting in that kindergarten chair, and slow to the top. Switch sides all the way to the other one. Slow, sink it down. Maybe even pause at the bottom at your lowest spot. Fight that gravity coming up. I know it's tempting just to stand it up tall. You can get your heart rate up without moving a million miles an hour. Excellent work. You got one more each side. Can this be your deepest range of motion? Your lowest hip. And then the same to the other side. Excellent. Let's get it down onto the floor. This one I'm going to show you the modification first. It's a plank to press. So you're going to be, arms are going to be in shape of the number 11. Hips are going to be low, so you're going to be on your knees. Press up with the right hand, up with the left, down with the right, and down with the left. And there's a straight line from my knees up to the top of my head. Or you're from your feet, same pattern. We'll go left, press with the left, press with the right, down with the left, down with the right. Pick which one works best for you, and here we go. So it's plank to press, and it's slow. So we hold that plank, then we lower, lower, just a beat to pause, and then switch the arm that leads. So our hips stay low the whole time. Not piking up like a downward facing dog. Try to minimize that sway, those hips left to right. And we only have one more standing. 5, 4, back up on our feet in 3, 2, and 1. We have a curtsy lunge. Once again, alternating. So hips are facing forward, they stay facing forward. Reach it back in an angle. It's slow to the earth. Maybe tap the knee. Back to center. One beat. Back, down, maybe tap, and up. So keeping that same pace like we did in the lateral lunge. And really focus on those hip bones going forward. Notice the front foot is facing forward. It's not turned out at an angle. 15 seconds, you're back on the earth for one final strength move today. Coming down in 3, 2, balance out to your sides, 1, come on down. Glue the bottoms of your feet together so you're in a butterfly. You tuck your tailbone under so the lower part of your back is flush with the floor. And then your eyes stay towards the ceiling and it's a little lift and a little lower. Now I don't like to put my hands behind my head because I feel like I pull and I look towards my toes. I don't want to look towards my toes, I want to look towards the ceiling. So as I crunch up, I'm pressing through the outer edge of my feet that are connected to the floor. I'm pressing my lower back into the earth. And I'm retraining the very lower part and the deepest part of my core to not only be strong, but pulled in and working with everything else. So exhale as you come up, big inhale as you lower. It doesn't need to be a huge range of motion to feel this right here in these lower part of our abdominals. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Up, we hold. Just still. Just 3. Can you tuck harder? Can you press those feet into the floor? 2, and 1. Roll it all down. Find yourself into a big good morning stretch. Arms go above your head, feet reach far away. Rolling onto your favorite side and then pressing yourself up for a comfortable seat. We'll end with one breath together. Have those arms come down, around, all the way up overhead. Then press them strong at heart center. And as always, thank yourself for showing up. Thanks for joining me for that workout of the week. Go have a great day.